Welcome back. This is video 2 for the FlipGrid tutorials. So you've created your account now. Great. Your screen looks like a little bit like mine, but it doesn't have this right here because you haven't created anything yet. So the first thing that you're going to do is create a grid. Now, before we create a grid, I really want to point out that you have a getting started guide over here, and under here, under your name, there is a help center. FlipGrid tutorials are fantastic. So at any point, if you're like, I need a little more information on that, go to the Getting Started guide, go to the help center. It really helps out. But back to grids. FlipGrid organizes everything into grids. Think about a grid like a file folder. So your file folders, your grids, organize everything that you do. So you see that I already have one that I initially labeled ICMS Media Center. I probably am going to go back because I really only want book reviews in that, but I have to go back and change that. So be thoughtful when you create your grid about what exactly is going in there. So I'm going to add a new grid. You simply name it. Mine is going to be Technology Tips and Tricks. I'm going to point out they put character limits. I point that out because I've run over way too many times. So then you want to select your kind of grid. That means who can access it. There's totally public and out there. I don't recommend that, especially with students. There's student ID. That really does not work for me because being in the media center, I have way too many kiddos to do that. So I really recommend school email. Students join using their Microsoft or Google School email, which everybody has. It gives you that flip code. Remember from the last video, that's what is going to be used to access your grid. This is so important. It auto-populated school email endings from mine, but remember that students don't have the same ending in their email. They are at newtonstudents.org. So I need to add that, otherwise it's not going to recognize the email. And it says, great, your grid is ready. So I'm going to go to my grid. So they give you a picture here. They always say hello, but I want to point out that you can add a co-pilot. So this would be another teacher who has a FlipGrid account. So your teammates, your department, whoever, y'all can collaborate and have your own grid and do your own topics together. We're going to go back into the grid and edit it because you get a lot more stuff here. So you see the basics here. See all your opportunities here. You can allow people to follow it. You want it to be active unless you're hiding it for later. You can personalize it. They have some cool pictures down here. So if I didn't like this, I could choose something else. Or you can drop a file or download it here. So that, if you notice in the last grid that I have for the Media Center, it's Jennifer and myself reading in the Media Center. That was something I was able to upload. So we can go in here. I'm not going to change anything right now. And I'm ready to move to my next step.